Good morning, everyone. It's another two-pot day. My goodness, busy morning. Thank you so much for all of your comments and emails and phone calls in with my discussion with Nellie. And it was a horrible, horrible tragedy. And I think all of us need to expose this. So thank you very much. And I noticed in the comment section there were several requests for me to cover the government resource letter. So I'm going to be covering that this morning. And for anyone who wants a copy of this, email me at kimmyMbrooks@gmail.com, and in the subject line put letter or something to that effect so that I will see it right away, because otherwise I'm still working on January's emails, and you'll just have to wait your turn if there's nothing in the subject, like urgent, letter or something like that. And I was just going to put this up on our website, but Watchtower will probably have a hissy fit. Yeah, like they usually do. So I'm going to read the top paragraph and then just discuss a few things that are in this letter. The branch office does not endorse any of the following programs. Do not post this document publicly on any website, social media, or sharing service. The links will take you to various available resources, including nonprofit and government agencies. Family heads will need to use discernment and carefully research these resources to determine whether the program is appropriate for their households and decide if they will avail themselves to such programs. And if you've seen my discussion with Nellie, I had mentioned that, well, we were talking about how Watchtower will not help its members, and the congregations will not help their members. So I find it interesting that at the bottom of each one of these pages, and there's 7 of them, in red print, except for the first page, but the other 6 pages, it says, please reach out to your local elders for assistance. No, they won't help you. Not at all. And it says United States Resources for Distressed Households as of February 6, 2023. And page 2, it has federal, nationwide, undocumented immigrants. And then they just go through all of, they have everything. It must have taken them a long time to get all of this information. It's just amazing. Even utilities. Those who meet income qualifications can apply for the federal funded low-income home energy assistance program. Funds are limited. Medical, basic needs, unemployment, funeral assistance. See? FEMA will provide up to $9,000 per funeral to those who paid for funeral expenses if the death was related to COVID-19, whether the deceased was a legal citizen or not. And, you guys are just not going to believe all of the stuff they have on here available. Musicians, grants available to assist full-time blues musicians with eligible expenses. Professional writers, service workers, small businesses, food assistance, medical devices, food delivery, renter assistant, utilities, medication assistance, treatment costs, basic needs for medical. So, Leah, I gave you my email. If you want a copy, or anybody else wants a copy of this, it's just amazing. Now, going on, I got some other news here. I want to thank Tammy very much. Now, I'm going to put the link down below to the Be Free 2023 protest in Washington, D.C. in October. Tammy has got the flyers done, and looks like she's pretty much done with the website. So you can go to this website and get all the information. She has flyers and all of that. And if you have any questions, I believe there's even a contact number. So she has that up. Now, I also want to clarify something. Several in the community are saying that Raymond Franz was the last governing body member to be removed. No, this is not true. When you do the history, Leo Greenlees was the last governing body member to be removed, and that was 1984. This was on a website that had done some history and knew the rumors that were going around. But it says governing body member Leo Greenlees was forced to resign and leave Bethel in late 1984. He entered the Toronto, Canada Bethel in 1936, eventually becoming treasurer of the Canadian branch and of the IBSA of Canada. In 1964, he went to Brooklyn Bethel, and in 1965 was elected as a director of the Society's New York Corporation. As a director, Greenlees automatically became a governing body member when that body was formally instituted in 1971. He often spoke at Gilead graduations and was the concluding speaker for the day at the Watchtower Centennial Business Meeting at Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on October 6, 1984. A 1982 Watchtower mentions him as being on the teaching committee of the governing body. Greenlees' last mention in Watchtower publication is in the December 1st, 1984. Watchtower, where he's said to have passed out diplomas at the September Gilead graduation. In late 1984, Greenlees was allegedly convicted by the rest of the governing body of molesting a 10-year-old boy. The boy's parents had complained to the society, and it took action. Greenlees was a friend of the family and often visited them, and they moved him down to New Orleans, Louisiana, and he died in the late 1980s. So Greenlee was the last one that we know of that was removed. And I want to mention that the announcement on jw.org was very brief. It just said it's no longer a member of the governing body. And many have speculated that governing body members are governing body members until their death, unless they do something or they leave. And that's a good theory, because we know from past history that has been the pattern. Now, I want to mention, Watchtower, you want to know how dumb your fully indoctrinated Jehovah's Witnesses are? And I want to thank the person for sending me the screenshot of this, because a Jehovah Witness actually posted on a forum that us apostates were lying, that Anthony Morris was not removed from the governing body, that the evil apostates hacked jw.org and put that announcement in there. Oh my God. Now, first of all, you know Watchtower has their own internet servers. They own some telecom companies where they're on a closed circuit internet network. And so for someone to hack in to their website and take it over like that, okay, Jehovah's Witnesses, they would have gone in and fixed it by now if it had been hacked. But that announcement is still up on jw.org. It's hidden in the newsroom, so that kind of gives you an idea that they really don't want the general members of Jehovah's Witnesses to know that he was removed yet. Now, yes, many of you have asked if we are hearing anything, and yes, we are hearing some things about this, and I will state right here, these are rumors. These are rumors and gossip of things coming out of Bethel. And I want to thank all the PIMOs who are getting this information to us. And like I said, we still don't know for sure, but this is what Bethel is talking about. Anthony Morris has had a drinking problem for a long time now. Marcus Vaughn mentioned it in his video. Well, what we are hearing, and like I said, don't know for a fact yet, but what we are hearing is that it got reported to the governing body that Anthony Morris has a serious drinking problem, and that even at family and friends get-togethers, he would get so drunk. And even at Bethel, he was seen so drunk. And on many occasions, he was seen with urine on the front of his pants and falling down and just incoherent, just babbling ridiculous stuff. And Marcus Vaughn had mentioned in his video that he was taking his clothes off. So we can see that something had to be done. Something had to be done. You know, if this is true, something had to be done. And it started back when he was caught at Bottle King. We know that. So I don't think he was removed because of the Bottle King thing, because that was, what, 4 years ago? But I think it has been escalating and getting worse, and it finally got to the point to where they had to do something. And something else that we had heard from one person is that the person who turned him in and finally went and talked to the head honchos or governing body there at Bethel just happened to have been one of his daughter-in-laws. So it's like, wow. Believe me, Tony, I know how it feels to have a family member turn you in. So let's hope that he can wake up from this and realize that it was the religion that was causing his issues to where he had to self-medicate, you know, if this is true. And I would love to see him come out and talk to all of us and give us, you know, some insight on what has been going on behind the scenes, because we know Watchtower is failing miserably. They just cannot keep up with this onslaught and the abuse all around. They cannot keep this up. So anyway, that's all I have to say about any of that. And like I said, if you want a copy of this letter, just email me, KimmyAnnBrooks@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give it to anybody who wants it. And so thank you for watching, and you all have a wonderful weekend. Bye.